Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're talking about Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz 3, or more specifically, some of the crazy, delusional stuff that Tito Ortiz has been saying lately. So, Tito Ortiz has recently been saying, I think this fight will be the biggest upset in MMA history, and this will be the biggest fight in MMA history, despite him being 0-2 versus Chuck Liddell, and the fact that they both are far out of their prime and far out of the pinnacle of their stardom. They were at their biggest, like, pretty much really more than 10 years ago. That's when they both were at the pinnacle of their stardom, when they were both champions and doing all this, making their legacies, making their names heard, and being the biggest stars in the UFC. But since then, other stars have came around and surpassed them in a way. But still, what they done for the sport is probably bigger than just about any other star, because they put the UFC on the map and allow for all these other stars to succeed who are succeeding now, like Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, John Jones, etc., etc. So, but despite all that, their legacy, does anybody really want to see this fight? I think Chuck Liddell talking about John Jones and kind of calling John Jones out, and John Jones actually responding to him made the fight more interesting, because if people, despite knowing that John Jones is pretty much the greatest light heavyweight fighter of all time and young and in his prime, and Chuck Liddell is far out of his prime, coming off knockout losses, people still would be interested to see the fight, because just people have curiosity. And Chuck Liddell is talking about, he might make, just by talking trash, you make people could believe stuff, or you try to open people's minds to different possibilities. So Chuck Liddell, I guess, if it was a marketing ploy, it's good. If he was just talking like with his pride, then it still work out good. And Tito Ortiz, I think he's like really delusional, but it's more like with the Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell thing, it's always bad blood. It's something it goes beyond just the fighting. They have personal connections and personal beef. So that's always how it's going to be through to like pretty much the day they die. They could be 80 and still probably having the same issues with each other, still not liking each other. But so I don't know how much of a draw this fight could be. I think it certainly could draw a lot of numbers. Biggest fight in MMA history, definitely not. But it certainly could. I think it could do over 1 million views, average over 1 million views on Spike. I don't know about pay-per-view. I don't think it's going to be a pay-per-view fight. But if it's just a regular TV fight, it certainly could draw a lot of views, because people will still have, Chuck Liddell still has a lot of fans. And I think a lot of Chuck Liddell fans left when he left. So he could bring some of those fans back. Tito Ortiz could bring some of his fans back. Cause like people already know that they're legends. So even newer people to the sport might come just to watch the fight, whether it be they see it as a freak fight, or they actually kind of take the fight seriously. People will come in to tune in to see Chuck Liddell come back and kind of gauge the fight, see like how he looks, how his chin holds up, how his power holds up, if anything changed his style, has Tito Ortiz changed anything, how all that stuff would factor in. And I think it's more so a gauge for Chuck Liddell, because Tito Ortiz is really just at this point is stuck to Bellator. That's where he's not trying to go any further. He's not trying to really be the Bellator champ. He's just trying to get a win over Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell's talking about he want to fight John Jones and stuff. So we don't know where he wants to go. Maybe he wants to come back and actually try to win a Bellator title. Maybe he wants to get back in the UFC after some wins. So it's like it's really more of a gauge for Chuck Liddell, and also more, and for as far as Tito, it's more, can he get a win over Chuck Liddell? So it's certainly some interest, and it certainly will draw a lot of different eyes to get the views, but I don't think it's gonna be taking this serious enough to be the biggest fight in MMA history. Not in importance, but I think viewership wise, it could certainly do big numbers. It might even outdo a UFC card if it, like, pretty much, did they happen on the same night, because you got Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, and they might have like a lackluster UFC event on the same day, and they might outdo it. So that's about all I got to say. I think that it's certainly a fight that's going to draw some attention. Biggest fight in MMA history, definitely not, but certainly a fight that can draw a lot of attention. And that concludes my video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.